Hi guys, we're back with another installment of Cooking with ISFP People, and today we're going to be cooking my most favorite veggie in the form of the sweet potato fry. So we're going to do an Indian spiced sweet potato fry, and this one's my favorite flavor combo. And we're going to go over quickly the list of ingredients and what you're going to need for tools. So obviously we're doing sweet potatoes, so you're going to need a nice big fat bowl of them. Why do small amounts when you can do big? Olive oil. You're going to need some spices, so some garam masala, coriander, turmeric, cumin, curry, of course, sea salt, and a pepper mill. If you just want to use regular pepper, you don't need to use the fresh ground, but I kind of like that. And so what we're going to need for tools are as follows. You're going to need a bowl lined with a bag, which makes it easier to, take your peelings out to the compost. You're going to need a cutting board, a veggie peeler, a really sharp knife, a huge bowl, because, you've got a lot of sweet potatoes here, and a spoon to mix up, and you can use your hands if you prefer. You're going to need a colander to rinse your sweet potatoes after you've peeled them, parchment paper, and for this amount of sweet potatoes, I have 2 cookie sheets. So let's get started. So while we're peeling, we're going to preheat the oven to 400. And if you have a convection oven like I do, you're going to want to bump that back to 375. So I've already got a start on here. So I'm going to continue and peel these sweet potatoes. And when I'm done, we'll come back and we'll do some slicing and dicing. See you after. Alright, so we are back with our washed and dried sweet potatoes. Now I like to peel them and wash them whole, that way you get less water on them, which in the end results in a crispier potato. So less water, better. So what I've done is I've taken a slice off the bottom just to give you a nice even cutting guide, and then I would say cut into probably 1/2 inch slices. So we're going to get busy here, cutting. And then from there, you want to cut into little fingers. So, I'm going to go from there, and then into the bowl. And you want to make sure all the fries are about the same size. As you can see, they're all kind of uniform in size. So this is going to take a few minutes to do. So I'm going to get busy, and I'm going to chop the rest of these sweet potatoes up. And when I'm done, we'll be back and I'll show you how to season them. See you after. So we're back with our huge bowl of sweet potatoes, all cut into nice little even sized fingers. And I have my 2 cookie sheets prepped. I've got them lined with parchment paper, and we're ready to go. So basically what we're going to do is we're probably going to use for this bowl maybe about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So we're going to put in about 1 tablespoon. Kind of just give it a little drizzle. I mean, you can even use less. I'm barely drizzling here. Okay? So now that we've got the olive oil in, we're just going to give it a nice stir, nice toss, and you can get right in there with your hands if you want. Give it a stir, kind of get them coated. Alright? Alright, so next we're going to put in our spices, and for the salt and the pepper, I'm actually just going to do a rough eyeball, and I will put measurements on the notes portion of the recipe. So pepper, give it a nice grind. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do about a teaspoon of garam masala. Give it a nice shake over your potatoes. About a teaspoon of curry. Teaspoon of coriander, about a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, and about a teaspoon of cumin. Oh, I love cumin. Okay, so now we're just going to take a spoon, give it a nice mix, and you want to get these really well coated. Toss around in the bowl. And it smells absolutely divine. funny, I didn't grow up with sweet potatoes. As a kid, we just didn't have them, and I was just kind of introduced to them about 3 years ago, so, and I'm now officially addicted. And I love them. They're my absolute most favorite veggie. All right, so we're gonna give another little drizzle. Again, like I say, it's probably not even a tablespoon. It might be less. It's probably more like a half a tablespoon. So give them a stir again. And we're going to go through the whole process over again. Nice little sprinkling of salt. Some fresh cracked pepper. And about a half a teaspoon of everything. So a half a teaspoon of garam masala, a half a teaspoon of curry, half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of coriander, and about a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. All right. So these bad boys are looking spicy, smelling great. So you want to get them stirred up really well. So there you have it, completely spiced. And I'm going to separate these into 2 pans, and they're going to go in the oven. And in my oven, it takes about anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour for these to cook. So what you want to do is, about every 15 minutes give them a flip. And everybody's oven is different. And so you just kind of want to watch them. You want them to be kind of crispy and brown on the edges and really soft and chewy in the center. So an hour is about what does it for me. So I'm going to get these in the oven, and I'm going to come back at the halfway point and kind of give you a visual on what they're supposed to look like, and then we'll go from there. See you after. All right, so 30 minutes have passed, and we're going to do a little check here on the fries. They're looking really good. They're starting to get nice and brown. They're still a little firm, so I think we probably need about 25 minutes to complete the cooking. And so I'm going to give them a flip. We'll be back, and we'll do a taste test. And I know they're going to be really delicious, so I'll see ya. So I have my little plate of sweet potato fries here, and I'm going to put them down just to talk a minute about some of the really good things that you should consider if you're considering eating sweet potatoes. They're fat-free. They are a great source of fiber, vitamins A and C. They're the perfect food for me for a pre-workout. Like when I do cardio, I always have sweet potatoes. Now I don't usually do the spice version because I want something that's kind of plain in my stomach, so I'll just cook a regular sweet potato. But honestly, I have sweet potatoes pretty much every second night, because every second night I'm doing either a run or I'm doing cardio of some sort. So that's my go-to food. So let's give them a taste test and see how they turned out. And I'm telling you right now, there's 2 pans over there on the top of the stove, and I don't know if I'm going to share. So let's try them. Look at this one. It's perfect. It's a perfect French fry. It's all crispy and golden on the edges and soft and chewy in the middle, just how it should be. So let's give them a taste. They're perfect. Perfectly crispy. Nice and orange in the center. Heaven. So if you're looking for a really healthy alternative to the regular French fry, or you just want some kind of a new veggie to spice up your meal, try the sweet potato fry and try the Indian version, and I'm promising that you're gonna love it. See you next time. Bye.